Greetings, Mogul We're back for season 2 of Tea Time with Steven. And today we have our first guest. We're so happy, Mr. Mark Williams, aka our big brother, Little Crow, or he's Big Crow now because he's an adult. Let's give a round of applause. Claps, claps. Yay! We're so happy to have you. How are you doing, Crow? How are you?
I'm tired.
Oh, you tired? I know. Well, I don't know if you all been knowing, but we of Mogo are going into this Digimon space, and we are, getting our digital gate open and all that jazz. And
Dog, I want to play that so bad.
why not join us? Join the family.
I don't have time to play. I really.
Time. First of all, it's 2020. Time is just a mere construct of nothingness and just a way to measure your pain and suffering. Look at that. I mean,
it's just work. Like I still work full time, so
so do I. What's your boy?
I work on like weekends and Fridays and stuff as my set.
So the world is shut down. It's not like anyone's meeting up together anyway. Look at him chugging a whole gallon of water. Growing boy. That's what you gotta raise our young black man. But I don't know. So what we hear is we here at Mogul Gaming and Tea Time, we always try to bring in guests. And you know me, I'm all about promoting another black man, of course. So what you all don't know is if you've been paying attention to the Midwest channel, you'll see a lot of us have a lot of cool, I didn't bring mine up, but don't worry. We're gonna show a lot of cool pictures that Crow draws. Crow is our resident Mogo artist. Crow, if you notice, we have a logo this time, and Crow designed our logo. Crow designed a lot of our playmats, which you'll see scrolling later. You'll see a lot of custom playmats and the custom art. And so, we have to promote these black men that come out here with the, support black artists. And we supporting this venture of styling and profiling because we know it's about the sleeves and the mats. It's not really even about the card games. Like, who really cares about what cards you have? It's about the accessories. The worth of a real player is their accessories. It's not really their card game skills. Like,
man,
yeah, come on now. Who cares if you play the game? So what we want to know is, Crow, when did you start? Tell me about your artist journey. When did you start discovering the craft of that art, that penmanship, that art?
I used to draw like not even draw. I used to trace Pokemon back in like 3rd grade. I did a lot of tracing when I was a kid.
Oh,
my friends.
Tracing, for those of us who aren't smart, and that includes me, because
look, like see-through paper or just regular white paper, and you just trace characters on top of it from books and stuff. So I used to do a lot of that growing up. And then I would go to my friends who did draw and was like, oh, look, I drew this. And then they would be like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
See, that's so interesting because I know people about to slime me like, he doesn't know what tracing is. But I'm like, words mean something different to the people who master the craft of where the words come from. Like, theory means something different than what in science than it does in the way we use theory. So I always think like tracing may mean something completely different to artists than it means to those of us who barely have, can write letters. So, so when did you go from tracing to being able to just do freehand? And then when was the transition to freehand to the digital masterpieces? I once again, Sean is going to show a lot of his great works because you've produced some great works for us.
I started to transition in like 4th or 5th grade. But I drew my characters so terribly. They were really bad. And then I started going to Marwin Art School. I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. I was doing Marwin for a few years. And I learned a lot there. I took animation. I did some, what is that? Photography. I did a lot of fine arts and stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I did a lot. And then I went to, what did I do after that? I did Gallery 37 all throughout high school.
That is like where all the black artists of Chicago just know
Yeah.
Gallery 37. So help me out here. What is Gallery 37? Because, you know, when I was growing up through high school, all my, you know, artists, you know, we would call them hippies now, or we would call them hipsters now, because they had all the good aesthetics, like the green hair extensions. They were black, goth adjacent.
Oh
They
yeah.
shopped at, I mean, they were clearly bought and sold from Hot Topic. Like, it was like, oh my God, like, wow, you got your whole mindset from Forever 21 or something. It was from Hot Topic. And yeah. So what is, and Kara, like, so what is Gallery 37?
Essentially, it's a program for Chicago kids in high school. You go in, you pick whatever classes or curriculums you want to do, and you'll interview for them. So I think, if I remember correctly, we picked 3 or 4 of them, and then we ranked them based off which ones we want to do the most. And then we would give it back to them, and then all the teachers that held those classes would interview you to see if you had what it takes to get in that class, I guess. But usually, for the most part, once you got in a class and you made a good relationship with the teacher and the staff, and you wanted to continue doing that class, you pretty much had a solid foot in the door to keep doing the same class, to do whatever you wanted to focus in. So for a while, I did a lot of computer animation that it's terrible because I don't remember it, and I don't have the programs at home to continue doing it. I did a lot of screen printing, and I did a lot. What else did I do? It was a lot of animation and screen printing. That was what I mostly did at Gallery. And then they paid you to take the class too.
Oh,
yeah,
money.
Back then they paid us a lot. We got paid quite a bit to come in for the summer, or even during the school year.
I mean, you know, back when America supported the arts, and, you know, that's a dead art thing now. Now we can barely support lives. But anyway, especially Black lives. All right, I'm stopped. Not really. I'm not never gonna stop.
But that's where I met Jabron, though, through Gallery.
Exactly. For those you don't know, we know him as Jabron. You all know him as Khalil, aka the Midwest Chief, and we're gonna ting it back and to bring it all towards this Digimon McVenture, and we're here to promote our boy Crow, because, like, you know, once again, you'll see the slides of the mats you've made. But so can you tell us your journey, because now you've made, like, what, 2, 3, how many mats have you made? How many pictures and designs have you made for
working on
Digimon people? Huh?
Yeah. He said he's in no rush for it, but I'm trying to figure out this lettering, man. Lettering's hard, but it's getting there. But I've made about 3, going on 3 now, and it's a lot of fun. I'd like to do this a lot more than going to my actual job.
Well, you know, we're here to support. So what is it like? Is it tough, difficult? Is it easy, difficult to draw Digimon characters? Because, you know, you'll see that I'm not an artist. I don't know. I remember I went to Fiverr for my first attempt at a custom art, and I thought I could just get me and a Digimon for $5. I don't understand. And then I think at some point, someone, and this is back actually when I played Vanguard.
Right.
It was me and a Vanguard for $5, and then someone said, "Okay, you have no idea of what you want, and you have so much. What you require was beyond the scope of $5. You need to stop." Some artist messaged me that, and I ignored them because I was like, "Well, it's $5, and you said I'm in the anime section." But after a while, I was like, "Well, you know, I know some friends who can draw," and so I reached out to other friends, and I was just like, "How tough is this? How tough is it to draw a Digimon character?"
So
an actual Digimon.
The human characters aren't as hard, but like the actual Digimon themselves, there's a lot more detail to them than I originally thought. Because this is like the first time I actually sat down and like was drawing Digimon and making them as detailed as I usually make all other pieces. So they have a lot more detail than I thought, and then coloring them on top of that is so much more. There's like, they have different shades of reds and blues in different parts of their bodies. They have all these like intricate lines and stuff under the arms and the joints and stuff. And it was a lot of stuff that I've never paid attention to when like watching it as a kid, and now I'm like trying to draw them, and I'm like, holy crap, these people are like insane.
Well, I mean, that's good. So, like, we'll give you an example. Like, my personal map for me, because I'm an egotist and I must be self-inserted, was I got me, I wanted me, Izzy, and from Tentamon to Hercules Kabuterimon. So like
The big gap.
Tentamon, Kabuterimon, Mega Kabuterimon, and Hercules Kabuterimon. And I was like, I don't know, make it work, make it magical. And then I remember just getting a message one day saying, okay, like this is a lot. These are a lot. This is a lot of work. Like,
It,
no. And I was like, is it? I wouldn't know. I assume it's a bug. I assume they teach you to draw ladybugs and things. I was like, oh, really? Is it? I don't know. But like, so was that difficult drawing like those intricate like, and we're gonna show it. The mat came out amazing.
it did come out really nice.
Yeah, despite the one thing I actually freaking wanted in the mat, and um but that's not your fault. That was the perfect, like, so just for you viewing public, like, we conscript or we hire Crow to draw the picture, and then we go to another source like maybe ARG Customs or Inkvader or somewhere else to actually get the map printed. And I personally, no tea, no shade. I demand that all my art now says support Black artists on the bottom, and then every artist signs it. So my mat came with everything but the support Black artists at the bottom on the lower right hand side, and I just was like, I don't.
You know what you asked for, and they did not deliver.
I was like, I don't know. How do I feel about this? Like, but like I said, that's the thing. So back to the pictures, like the color and shading and background and all that stuff. Is that difficult? Is that hard? Like
the backgrounds aren't, see, and it's funny because a little bit before you actually commissioned me to do the mats, my friend, she knows about the program that I use called Procreate a lot more than I do, and she had a bunch of brushes that she sent to me saying these would be really cool for like nice backgrounds or designs and stuff. And then when you commissioned me, I was like, oh, I could actually use these brushes and see if I can make something interesting in the background. But the backgrounds themselves aren't as hard. It's just coming up with a color and design that everybody likes. So, some people might like this or that, and it just finding the right medium for people.
Well, like, so because we want you to get some coin. We want to get people. So we know, his website and his Instagram or his Instagram from which you can commission him and see some more of his works, and you can see the Digimon mats that we've gotten done so far. And of course, if you see our new cool Mogo logo down in our lower left hand or wherever YouTube transforms it into, but you'll see some of his work. And so what do you want from the client? Like what would you like when people order it? Like what do we want to come with? Because I know I had an idea. I knew what I wanted in my mat. I don't really know what it's gonna look like because I was like, I want me and all these people. How that looks, do not know, do not care. But what do you want in a client?
So like I like the way you commission me because it's like you're like, here's what I want, and just make it look cool. And then that gives me freedom to draw it however I could see it be like really, really cool. But specifics also help. Back when I did comic class for the School of Comics, when we did comics from script work and stuff, it was a lot easier to do things that were already laid out specifically. So they say, oh, we want the door here, and then we want characters specifically here doing this, that, and the other. So then it was already like, oh, I know how that, goes, or this, that, and the other.
Oh, you're given written word, and you can visualize it in your head, and then just transform what's in your head.
Then I'll just send it back and say, is this what you envisioned?
Right. So does it ever become like a little too much back and forth, like, too many edits or anything like that?
I mean, it can be, but at the same time, I'm working for you, So like, if it's not to what you specifically want, tell me,
See, this is why I do not. I've never had a customer service job because let me tell you now, I won't be talked to. Like at some point, because I guess I think that's my next question is where's the line like between a me not knowing what my like a client like very specifically knowing what they want or just being horrifically indecisive. Like I know if we look at that episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog with baby Muriel and it's more cheese, more macaroni, less cheese, more macaroni, like where it was like, oh, bunt that baby. Like what no, bunt her through an oven. Like I'm tired. Like so have you ever come into one of those?
I don't think so. No.
Oh,
Like it can get daunting sometimes, but at the same time, it'll eventually get to what they want. Like if it gets to be too much, I'll say something like, "Okay, look, like you need to figure out, what you want," because I exhausted all my resources at this point. So like, do you need to find another artist or like, do you need more time to think on it or what?
Burr, Hickey Burr. So okay, look, y'all better than me because this is what y'all got. You want to run me this coin, or I can't. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I don't have good customer service skills. Like even in the job I have now, I was like, oh, you better like y'all like teaching because y'all could be deported. I don't care. But I think so. Next question is because everyone wants to know if because we're talking about that coin and that cheddar and that bag. So we need to know how much this cost. And I think that we never hear artists explain their prices. And I am very much a proponent of, I don't know, you can price shop all you want. This is what this is. I don't feel like artists need to explain these prices, but with people who don't understand the media, people who don't understand the time and the effort, can't. Like, let's give you an example. Like, okay, our editor is listening, so I'm just gonna do some meta. I'm gonna meta game right now. Sean, pull up my Kabuterimon chain, and so if you're looking at it, we'll see that it's the it's the 4 Digimon and 2 humans,
right.
And I'm gonna keep it 100. I got it in early since I was one of the first ones, so I think I paid a little less than I should have.
Maybe.
There you go. Yes.
Your boy was new.
Yeah.
Your boy was new.
He was. I came in on the ground floor. Oh, that's why you gotta support your friends before they get all wise. That's not fair. But let's look at that, Matt. And so, how much should that actually cost?
Well, geez, I haven't memorized my actual prices yet. I'm still working on it.
But you can ballpark it because I mean,
so what did I have? I had like full full body character with inks and what was it? Inks and color. I think it was like 75. I want to say it was 75, and that was just because like full body characters, like you have to like the anatomy, and then it's like you ink over it, and then you have to like color it. You have to make sure the lighting's right, and then you also got me drawing like I'm gonna always say this, really really big Digimon. Like these are some huge Digimon to fit on this page. So like I'm drawing out like the head, the back, and the arms, and then I'm like looking at all these reference pictures. And by the way, reference pictures for Digimon are really hard to find. They're very hard to find.
Well, really? Because we picked like mainstay ones.
You and Mario, you guys pick very mainstream Digimon, but like consistent like reference pictures are very hard to find because you have people that do their own iterations of the Digimon, so they have things that the original Digimon wouldn't really have, and they just add fan art and stuff, and a lot of that flooded all over the internet. So I have to like compare and contrast,
Oh, no, we sit on the wiki. I didn't just sat on the wiki or go to Bandai.com or something. I wouldn't know what. Stop all that. Fan art. No, I don't even understand that. Which is ironic since my mat is essentially just fan art. But it's interesting. Yeah, I know. I just realized I'm like, so snobby for simply creating the space or paying for it. But so let's like okay, so if a full body character, fully detailed, is $75. I mean, does
Right.
it distinguish between the fact that Kabuterimon requires so much more detail than me, who am myself inserted lazy ass? Did that matter at all?
It that more so depends on the artist. To me, not really, because I try and make all the characters as detailed as I humanly can. Because in my other works, I really try and get nitty gritty with detail for anything that I draw. But
Mm.
other artists, they might say, yeah, it might be an extra $5 because this or that. It all depends on how much work they're doing and how much work they feel like they're doing more depending on like what they're drawing. So like if one character is excruciatingly more detailed than the other, then that character would probably cost more for a lot of other artists.
So we're gonna look at Mario's Omnimon. This
That mat,
collection.
oh, man. That mat was killing me.
Yeah, but what was that? Like three Omnimons and a Gallantmon? Like what was that?
It was I can't remember his name. The one with the he looks like a king. He has the dragon head for like arms with the
Yeah,
two.
that's Omnimon. It's War Greymon on one side and Garurumon on the left, and it's like a
There's
sword coming out one in a cannon.
He has like a T-Rex head for a shoulder or something.
Oh, there was one of those.
Yeah, he
God.
was so big and so detailed. I was looking like, what the heck? And I was,
Interesting.
midway through the commission, and I'm sure artists will get this. I was coloring on the wrong layer with other coloring, so it made more work for myself because it got to the point where I couldn't erase it. Otherwise, the commission would have been late. So I just had to color and constantly edit at the same time, which made more work for myself. But I wasn't gonna start over.
Yeah, I swear to you, good job. So, okay, which brings me to, I guess my final thing, and I've commissioned a lot of work from a lot of Black artists because my support Black artists, and I've commissioned a lot of art, and I think you what I like about you is you're the only one, and I mean only, the only one who ever put a date on it, like the
Yeah,
only one who will lock a time frame in and then stick to it, because everyone else just keeps it in the air, so I can I can't put a gun to their head and say, "Where's my thing? You promised me." Blah blah blah. It was like, well,
right.
I didn't commit. So is that a thing? Because and you put like dates, like no, I will have this done by the 25th. I will have this done by the 8th. And I was like, oh, that's new. And then it's like kind of comes the 8th, and here you are with the thing, and I'm like,
That's the international school of comics in me. They drill in due dates in your head, like off the rip. Like you need to have this amount of pages done by this day, and if you really want to get specific at this time, and you just have to. That's what we had to do for our assignments. That's all of our assignments. 40-page paper doing like, or 40-page comic doing like a month, and you had to have that done by then. Otherwise, drill you like.
I'm gonna just say it. Look, it sounds abusive. It sounds abusive, but it produces
Nah,
good results. I'm
with
just because I'm just like, I'll give you an example. I'm so into this art thing. Like I actually have like I have another piece coming from you. I have another piece coming from another friend of mine, and I have another piece from another friend of mine. But so the piece for, like, let's call yours piece one, friend two, right?
right.
So yours is like you said you're going to do by Christmas, which I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, a Christmas gift for myself. But like friend one, I commissioned it yesterday, like 2 days ago, and he the first piece he did for me, he showed me it in black and white, and I said, this is going to be so great. And he said, I thought that was it because I didn't really say I wanted it in color, even though I always wanted it in color because I always want everyone to know that my skin is black like Nina Simone.
Right. No, it's understandable.
But like I don't want no misunderstandings. But he's a Black man and he understands I have black features, so but I just thought we were done. And so he said, no, I'm gonna give it to you colored. It was like 3 months before I got it colored, and I was like, dude, I don't speak art, but like it's there. Like click green, click brown. What's happening? But it So now he give me a stencil. Now, friend 2, he knows he can't really say nothing to me. I just pick on him every night because we might be at a year of me waiting for something like right
Oh,
now. Because he saved me when I was in Thailand, and he knows I'm his ride or die, and he knows I won't ask him for anything important. If it's important, I'll put a time frame on it, and I'll say, "Can you do it?" Because I was like, "Oh, I need this by this date, and can you do it? Yes or no?" No, all right. Like even if you take too long to respond to me, it's swipe left. I don't got time for this either. I don't have time for your business.
Right. No.
So, but this other piece, I just was like, I kind of want this and see what happens. Now I know it's oh no, it can't be. It has to have been like oh go, I can tell you what time it was because I know it was in March or April because it was after I came down with COVID, but I knew we had to wear face masks, so I can just categorize that. And we ain't had a sketch or a loose drawing or nothing. He's like, look, I know you've been waiting. I was just like, I just want to see where we go.
That's what just send it.
I don't even know if he's even done anything. I'm just so curious on where this ends up because at some point I'm gonna be like, oh, do I even have to pay for it anymore? Or like doesn't it like time occurred depreciate the value of like when I asked for it? And he was like, I'm just waiting for it. So I'm waiting in 4 more days. It'll be a month before our last checkup where I've got nothing. I'm just gonna keep poking at it because now it's an experiment. But like with you, I'm just like interesting, very interesting. Someone who commits to a time frame. I was like,
we all do that.
I was like, this is art. I was like, this is amazing. I can have art. When I was like, I can have expectations, and I think they can be managed. So, Mogo recommendation always like he manages expectations, he manages his price. But yeah, it's amazing. Do you have any questions or something you want to add to the general public? Some announcements because we're gonna put your link to your Instagram. Do you have a website?
No, not yet. Nah, I haven't gotten around to making one, and then I have to like probably pay for it and stuff too. But I'm planning on asking a friend of mine how she gets hers up and running, so I could look more into it.
Y'all have like an artist collective, or y'all just?
Oh, we do, yeah. Everybody from comic class. A lot of us still like talk and keep in touch and like talk to each other all the time. So like I go to them whenever I need help because they're far more into the game than I am.
Discord service.
So I'm always like knocking on their door, like, "Hey, I don't know what to do about this. Can you give me some advice?" And then I just go off of that.
I love a support network. I love, you love to see it. But I was gonna say, why don't you all get together and make like some website collective?
Yeah, we did. I think the biggest thing we've done in terms of collective was an anthology, and we had like a Kickstarter and stuff for it. It was like a year or so ago. We had a Kickstarter and everything for it. We had a Facebook page and what else did we have? We had a website for it too, I think. And I think that was the biggest thing we did before we all graduated. So yeah, I think we could get back together and do like an art collective website or something. I'm actually gonna run that by everybody.
I mean, it's just the thing to do now. I mean, I support 2 Patreons. But I support any form of where people can make art. But thank you for joining us. And we always like that you're willing to support. Is there like a time with commissions that's good for you, or like if someone wanted to commission you, how would they contact you?
They could contact me through my Instagram, and I think that's about it right now. That's about it. Because I'm not on Facebook as often. Otherwise, to just log on and share memes for like 10 minutes and then get off.
Okay, so you're a person under the age of 30 and the year 2020. Got it.
So Instagram is probably the best way to like just message me and ask.
Sounds very Gen Z. So I mean, like you're more active on Instagram than you are on Facebook?
In terms of like reading messages and talking to people, yeah. But
I want to get his coin, so
I understand.
I don't know. Some people just don't want money. I'd be like, wow, this is dollars.
I used to be one of those people way back in the day.
It's never been me. I was like, wait, coin bags? What? I was like, what? You don't want money? Got it. I don't know. Could not be me. Could not be me.
Say the
But
same thing. Why was I like?
I swear to you. I swear to you. Well, you know, we love having you here, and we hope that you, you know, you find the time to actually get in and play the game of Digimon, so you can at least sit across all the mats you probably helped made.
I want to play so bad.
I don't. Life is not about what you want to do; it's about doing. You know, Yoda said it best: "Do or do not. There is no try."
He did say that. He said that.
Very good. But you know, that's thank you. We thank you, Mr. Crow, aka Mark Williams. Well, actually, that's the other way
Thank
around.
you for mentioning me too.
Yes. So you know, yeah, I gotta think of a new signature, a new sign off. But we will see you guys on the next Mogo game. Here you have it, Mr. Crow. We'll see you on the next Mogo, on next Tea Time with Steven. Welcome back to season 2. We're gonna hope to have plenty of guests. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to hit us in that comment, like in that comment box below, and then we'll have all the links you see, and maybe you'll get to go to Mr. Crow's social media. What is your social media for the people? Even though we're gonna put the links in the description.
My Instagram is a bag of chips. Of is OV and everything has an underscore in between.
Like all that in a bag of chips. Is that your friend? All that, and then your other friend is and it's like all that in a bag of chips. He laughs because it's funny.
It is funny. No, it's actually really funny.
Yeah. I'm funny. But thank you all. So let's give a big round of applause to our Mr. Crow. Yes. And we'll see you on the next time. And cut.